Hello and welcome back to part 7, and in this part we're basically going to finish off some of the little more sort of straggly odds and ends and mainly the chrome in this part. We've already got a chrome material we made for the feet of the bath, so we're going to use that and just basically do some copy and pasting. Rather than do this just off camera, I'll quickly do it now in this small part just so you can keep up to date what we're doing. Just so we can find all the chrome parts easy enough, we're going to just change this over from wireframe to solid, and I'm going to change this over to perspective view just so we can just get into the scene really and just see what's going on. So we're in items mode yet again. So these bits here are going to be chrome, so we'll click on them. This is made of two parts, two materials. There's a chrome and a rubber, so I'm guessing the rubber's right at the base there. So I'm just going to go over to polys and just click on one poly there, and then shift and A just to zoom in. So these bottom strips around here will be the rubber, like where the actual chrome bracket thing actually meets the actual tiles, and the rest of it is going to be chrome. So we're just dealing with the chrome in this part. So we'll zoom so we can see what we're doing there. In here, yet again, we'll go over to the old close-up cam, and we'll just have a quick peer about. Let's get them to taps in their view there, and let's move over to the close-up cam in the actual render view. So what we'll do, we'll turn off the filter on selection, and then what I'll do here in this view down here, I'm going to go over to items and click on the bathtub, and that will basically give me all the bathtub here, and that's basically give me the chrome material, the bathtub chrome here. Okay, so back on these parts here, we'll do filter on selection. These materials here, I'm just going to hit delete and delete those, and then filter on selection, we'll go over to the feet. There's two items actually in here, so we'll shift select both of those, and we'll create an instance. Now I want to turn off the filter on selection. We don't want to filter by anything, so wall tiles, we're not dealing with those. Bath feet. Let's just find out what these ones are called. So we'll go filter on selection. So it's bath tap chrome. So both of these italic ones, which are the instance versions, we'll select those. We're basically going to drag them right up to the top, bath tap chrome, and we'll dump them in there. And now we're in the render window, we should see these become a nice chrome. So we'll have a look around the scene. We're going to do the same again over here. So we'll select these. I'm going to filter on selection. That's called the towel rail. So we'll turn those off for now. We'll go back over to our little feet. I'm just going to select them too. I'm going to create an instance of those as well. I'm going to turn off the filter on selection. There's our towel rail material there. So I'm going to grab these two italic versions, which are the instances. We're going to just drag up and drop them in the towel rail. So I'm just going to spin around here. to the towel rail quickly and see if we can see them coming in, which we can. So I'm going to go back over item mode again. Let's see what else we've got over here. And there's a few. We'll go filter on selection. Now there's 3 materials for these taps. The taps are the chrome, and then there's a hot and cold, which is just like basically like a blue and a red plastic cap to fit on each tap. So not too worried about these caps for now. We're just worried about these taps. So I'm going to grab the material out of the taps and just delete that. And then I'll leave that one zoomed in on there, and this one here I'm just going to drag out there. Item mode selected there. I'm just going to grab these chrome feet again. I'm just going to create an instance, and I'm going to turn the filter on selection off. The taps is that you can see which one you were basically working on, because I've deleted the material, so there's no sort of drop down for that folder. So I'm going to grab them 2 italic instances, drop them into my tabs. Okay. What else we got? Which is chrome. We'll do all the chromes now in one foul swoop. Okay, we've got another towel rail over here, but that may be the same material as the other towel rail, so we may not need to worry too much about that. So I'm just going to do, the chrome's coming in there nicely. I'm just going to pan this camera around here just so we can get a wee look at this towel rail. If it's the same material, we'll be in luck. So I'm just going to click on that, filter on selection, towel rail, seems good. It's already got material and a gradient in there. We'll check the taps. They're instances as well of the other taps, so they've also got the material on automatically because I did the others. So lastly, I think these are the last, the sync tabs. Okay, so I'm going to delete the material out of there, and then we're just going to click on the bathtub to get the feet. Grab both of those, right click, create instance. I'm just going to turn off our filter on selection. We're not dealing with a towel rail. Sync tabs hasn't got a little triangle on, so there's nothing in that directory, so that gives us a clue that's where we're heading. So I'm going to drag these into the sync tabs. So we'll just quickly have a pat. Oh, there's another one, the plug, which we need to do as well. So I'm going to do filter on selection, click on the sync, and the sync plug is there. So I'm just going to select the material and delete it. I'm going to turn it off. Just click on the bathtub, our bath feet, select both those, create an instance. Just going to turn off my filter on selection. Sync tab, so we're not dealing with that. Sync plug. So I'm just going to drag these up into the sync plug. And we'll have a look quickly and see if these appear nicely. You'll see also, since the last part, I've just changed the orientation and the perspective of this camera a bit. Originally it was like a 720p type orientation, but I was looking around the scene and it seemed to sort of fit quite nicely as almost a square. So I've gone back down to 640 but 480p, and then we'll scale that up accordingly when we get to the bigger renders. But it just seemed to just set the scene nicely, having it as more of a square. Okay, so the chrome's coming onto them taps nicely. So I'm going to change the camera back to the scene camera, and this camera back to the render camera, which is also the scene camera. And you'll see now as this builds up, like I say, I've changed the orientation of the actual camera, which was just done from going over to the render tab and just changing the frame width and height. As in a square, just as the room is quite sort of square and looking down a tunnel almost, it just fitted it better than a sort of widescreen aspect. So I'm going to go with this more square orientation for now. So that's all the chrome done. So we've got the toilets left to do, which are going to be the same material as the bathtub. So that's just going to be another copy and paste exercise, as is the actual sink itself. They're all going to be the same sort of marbly, peach, pinky type material. So that'll be quick. So lastly then we've got the mirror to do, and the wall sort of detail, some shelves, towels, and these mats, and finally the plant. So we're getting there now. It seems like we've still got quite a bit to do, but it's not going to take too much longer. So I'll see you back for part 8, and we'll crack on and do some more surfacing. So bye for now.